Look at him. He's just dickered. Just dickered, boys. Son of a bitch.
Yo, yo. Class A, and macro. Not connected, not elected to participate. Bouncing down the stems will make your head hurt. Enjoy the takes. Says her whose head burns from hearing horror stories. Get the gasoline.
Hello, welcome back to Take or Wide. This is episode 240. Let me jump into the sponsors because they help me get this out to you guys, and it's important that you support them and purchase their things and like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. We have Heartbeat Hot Sauce up first. Heartbeat Hot Sauce is a company from Thunder Bay. They create amazing hot sauce. My friend Al runs the company with his partner Nancy. He was on episode 221. If you want to go back and listen to that and get kind of a scoop of the history of the company. He has seen some crazy success, mostly in that Hot Ones. He was in season 6, the most recent season, where some big name celebrities spoke on his sauce and loved it. And I'm super proud to be teamed up with him to help get the hot sauce into your guys' hands. It's fermented. The peppers are fermented using traditional methods before they get cooked with a few simple high-quality ingredients. There's no water added or thickening agents or chemical preservatives, and the sauce is as natural as it gets. If you go to heartbeathotsauce.com, you can just browse there and see where it's in stores, because it is in stores across Canada. I think even in the States too. Take a look, and if you want to order some bottles for yourself, just when you're checking out, use promo code TakeOrWide5 and you'll get 5% off of the cart. This helps when you're maybe doing large quantities. Go in on an order with some friends and support a company that's just killing it, and it's a great product. HeartbeatHotSauce.com. Find them. Next up, we have DFA Tattoos. If you're in Montreal and are looking for a quality shop, there's a sea of shops, but take my word, go to 328 St. Catherine Est and go find Shawnee and Melissa and Angus and all the crew there. It's a safe place. The art is amazing. The artists are amazing. What else can I say about a tattoo shop? I've seen them grow, and they care about... They care. There's a passion there. You can see and you can feel and you can... I don't know. I can't explain it except go there, get a tattoo. Go to find them online, dfatattoos.com. Follow them on Instagram. Just get a better idea of what they're doing. But it's a really, really solid tattoo shop. And again, just really, really proud to be lined up with them. DFA Tattoos. Next, we got Kevin Rigo of Hefner Toyota out in Kitchener. He's at 3121 King Street East. If you are looking to get a new car or a used car, go find Kevin out in Kitchener if you're out in the 519 area. To buy a new vehicle, as I talk about this all the time, is daunting. It can be terrifying, I'm sure, to just commit that much money. But Rigo is one of the most honest dudes I know, and family man, honest man, hardworking dude, supportive of this show and of the whole DIY world, and just the raddest dude ever. So again, happy to have him on board and happy to be trying to push him as not a product, but as a guy you can trust to buy a car. Go find him on Facebook. Just search Kevin Rigo, Hefner Toyota. Give it a like. Special pricing on new vehicles when you mention the show, so save a little bit of cash that way. Kevin Rigo. Next, we have Ironclad Graphics. They are a screen printing company in Kingston, and if you're thinking, well, that's pretty far away, I know a local guy, I would say just at least go to ironcladgraphics.com and take a look and email for some quotes. He's competitive, and he ships coast to coast. I've been using him forever, and no complaints. He does a great job. And he's been doing it for a long time. I think that means a lot. There's a lot of experience that he has, and they're very friendly and professional, and I don't know what else. Just go check it out, ironcladgraphics.com. Go to the Instagram page. They do everything: shirts, koozies, hats, patches, stickers, everything. So if you're looking for a merch place, I'd say go to Ironclad Graphics. Next, we have Dapper Beard Oil. Dapper Beard Oil is a beard oil company from Ottawa. My buddy Andrew is running that. He was on episode 77, I think. You could just search Andrew Rashot on the homepage or through your podcasting app to listen to that episode. It's a really good beard oil. what can I say about it? He's seen success. There's like hype around it, I guess. I don't, maybe that's not the right word, but he's recognized for having a quality beard oil. I know there's a lot of people who have beard oils, but I've used it. It's great stuff. It helps hydrate. It reduces beard dandruff. It's all 100% natural ingredients. It's all ethically sourced. And I think above all is it's just a guy kind of following his dream to start a business and provide people with a quality product. And it's really good. The beard oil is fucking good. And you can save fucking money. Use a promo code TakerWide free ship and you get free shipping. So it's really cool of him to do that for the show. And for you guys, if you want to order some beard oil, tell a friend. Go find them on Facebook, Instagram. That means something. The awareness that people know it's there, and hopefully you guys will purchase a bottle for yourselves. It's really fucking good stuff, man. Just go check it out, dapperbeardoil.com. Next, we have Wellington Brewery out in Guelph. They provide the beers. They're Canada's oldest independently owned microbrewery. They craft award-winning beers in small batches using the freshest all-natural ingredients. It's delicious beer. They do really cool community-conscious things, such as even 25 cents of each can of Queen of Craft Grisette gets donated to the Guelph Wellington Women in Crisis. So that's very cool. You can find them on Instagram, see what they're up to, see what new beers they have. I'm recording this after the episode was actually recorded, so I wasn't really sipping on beers, but I've been sipping on the Lager Daves or the Upside IPAs. They have some delicious sours. It's just a great beard oil. It's a good beer. Fucking go give them a follow. Go buy some Wellington. Thank you, Wellington Brewery. Last, Dave Levitt, photography.ca. He's a photographer. Wow. He's a photographer here in Cambridge, and I've known Dave for fucking ever. He's supported this since day one. So if you're looking for some quality photos, or if you need help with a website or a music video, for reference, you can check out Grabert's Thunderstatement or Great Sabatini's Guest of Honor, Fuck the Facts of Solitude. He's shot all those and edited all those. And just a real ass dude, man. What can I say? If you need some work done, go find him. Go follow him on Instagram, Dave Levitt Photography, or just Dave Levitt. Show him some love. That'd be super cool. So I think that's all the sponsors. This is episode 240, and I spoke to Ben and Tim from Exalt. Exalt was headlining the Hope Fest. And if you listened to last week's episode where I talked to Jared from Heart Attack Kids, this was recorded in the same day. And they're guys that because they're local, right? It's Kitchener, Waterloo, that I've been hearing about forever, and it's like all my friends know them kind of thing. So I was really excited to sit down. Actually, before this started, I saw Tim, and it's a thing where your Facebook friends and Instagram friends, social media sort of circles interact. So it was a moment of like, hey, man, this is the real world meet of us. How are you, Tim? Oh, hello. So this is kind of an extension of that where we could kind of sit down and talk. And I might do another episode where it's a little more intimate maybe, because this is recorded in the venue and I feel like we could have gone a little deeper. So, but either way, it was fun to talk to these guys. And if you don't know Exalt, you'll get to know them a little bit here. So this is episode 240 with Tim and Ben.
Should I check it?
Hey. Yes.
Hello.
All right, cool. I wonder how long we can do this before people start fucking making noise.
Oh, true, yeah.
I did an episode here with a band, and like it was terrible.
Inaudible.
It was like, what? Yeah. So I'm with Tim. How did you say your last name?
Wah.
Wah.
Like wah with the wah, the bang, the bang.
And we're at Hope Fest, and yeah, thanks for. Oh, that food smells really good. I was wondering what that smell was.
Oh shit, yeah, does look good.
I was saying to you that I did want to talk to you just because we have like same friends, and
yeah,
you know, to say like you've been on my radar sounds weird, but like it's like
no, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
I think I've had like people you may know on Facebook. You've probably been there for like 8 years.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things like, yeah, I think I know that guy. Yeah, whatever.
And so people don't know Tim. You play with Morin, also play with Exalt. But that's I think most people listening might know you from Exalt.
Yeah,
that's the busiest.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Morin's kind of like a fun thing, but
yeah.
We're gonna record in December, I think.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, do a little 8-song, 7-song thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you here in Waterloo then full time?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is-
I've born and raised here in Kitchener anyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's
So
my zone.
I kind of started these things like, but I don't always start this way, but you started at some point, you know? Like, how'd you start playing tunes?
So me and my brother, who's also in Exalt, we started Exalt. Our
didn't know
first
your brother was
band.
in a band.
Yeah, he plays guitar.
Okay.
Our first band, I was in grade 6 when we started that.
Oh.
And it was very bad. But
What was
we
it
did
called?
that.
You gotta say. I'll
It
tell
was
you
called
mine.
Action Potential.
Okay. Sick.
Like so whack. But it was like obviously like great memories, and like
Yeah.
we actually started Exalt with basically everyone who started that band.
Holy shit,
So
eh?
yeah, like we've been playing like our buddy Nathaniel, who started Exalt too. Yeah, we started that band with him. His older brother, Nathaniel's older brother, got us into like he'd come home from hanging out with his friends and hand his brother like Glassjaw, like Everything You Want to Know About Silence, and he'd
Okay.
be like, oh check this out, and hand us like Around the Fur, like Deftones, and we're just like, this is sick. And like everyone else when you're that age kind of listens to like Avril Lavigne, and
Yeah.
that's it.
It's either there's a line, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I was in that same sort of
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
So we were like, yeah, we can do this. Let's start a band. We just jammed around in our church's basement. And
Did the church have equipment for you guys?
yeah,
Like,
they had everything set up. They're just like
Sweet.
And our buddy like we eventually were like save up money from our like paper route or whatever the hell we were doing, and got like some crappy Yamaha guitars, and I was fortunate to have a drum set just there for
You were always
my
the
use.
drummer?
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
remember
was-
what kit it was at the church?
It was a Yamaha. What was it? It was a Yamaha. This is Ben, by the way, my brother.
Oh, hey. How's it going, man?
Good.
Yeah. We're just talking about you guys being kids.
It was like a really, really bad Yamaha. Yeah, kids. We were great kids. My life was kind of hilarious because I'd be put through the him and Nathaniel would put me through the ringer all the time, just like make up gangs, make up games.
Many gangs.
Gangs to beat up on them.
He made a bunch of games just to basically like humiliate me, but it put hair on my chest, so it was good.
I had a little brother, and we definitely. He's like 6'1" now, and I feel like it's just because we were really shitty to
Yeah.
him as a kid.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you're tall too.
Because it was all done through love.
Yeah, it
all love.
was a love thing for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, I was just saying like the whole history, and I didn't know that Exalt started like like when you guys were young.
Technically, yeah, like
Kind
it's
of.
Same dude, same.
What was the band name again?
Action Potential.
Because so you may not know the very good band Chevelle. They put out a track. It was before their one album was coming out, and they put out this track for a video game. I think it was like Madden or something. And they only had working titles, I guess. So they named a track Action Potential, which was later called something else when they released the thing. And I was like very into that band at the time because I was a
Band rocks.
child. They're still
Still
a
love
sick band.
Who's older? Who's the older?
Take a guess. Yes.
No. So I usually blow it. They go. He says take a guess, but at the exact same time I go him.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, and then I was like, that's cool. And then we were talking about band names because we were called Immobilize.
oh yeah. Oh my
I just
god.
remembered
Yeah.
And then we were gonna change the name because we're like, fuck that.
Some real
And
crucial
then-
music history you're getting
Yeah.
right now.
No, this is great, man. It's
And I was like, what about Action Potential? And everyone's like, well, it's better than like a joke name, so.
this is where we actually take it serious.
Immobilize was named after a move in NBA Street Volume 2.
Ooh, sick.
Yeah.
I never played that one.
It was pretty good.
That was with like were rappers in that too? Like you could. Is that a fighting game?
No. You're thinking of Def Jam Fight for New York.
Oh, okay.
Another
Okay, my
classic.
bad.
A game that when I was cycling through different antidepressants, I played that game and punched holes in my wall. Because I couldn't beat what's Scarface. I was like, fuck Scarface.
To this day, you can't listen to Scarface.
So then I
ruined
never.
it.
I don't think I ever would have. But and then we put weird like crappy posters over them. And then when we moved out of that house, my mom
Discovered all of them.
Yeah, she took down all the posters. Like what? Found all the
Who's so mad? Where did I fail?
from
What?
years before.
Yeah, like years and years worth of holes in the wall from. It's great. It's good stuff.
That's like it's. I have brothers too, and we played music, and we like were in the same bands.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of like I didn't go as far as you guys with my brother, but I don't know. It's probably
It's definitely
awesome and not
interesting.
awesome at the same time.
People assume that we would like argue all the time, and like if anything, like I just like tell them to shut the fuck up, and you'd be like fuck you, and then
That's where it ends?
And then like 5 minutes later, be like, like let's
Do you think
go
it's-
eat or do something, whatever.
Do you think it's hard for the other guys to be in a band with brothers? Like,
No. I
must
don't
be.
think so.
If from the outside, if I were like, I'm gonna join this band, I'd be like, oh, that's gonna be a hard dynamic.
Yeah, I guess the dynamic is just
It's very it depends on who the
every
people
situation.
are. It's not really like a brother
because
thing.
there could be brothers and they could be very intense, and that might be like kind of a threatening feeling and kind of challenging. But then they could also just be members of a band that aren't related, that are just maybe
Difficult to deal
dysfunctional
with,
or hard
yeah.
to like. I've seen many different situations around, and
There's a long time where our band was 2 sets of brothers and then Tyler singing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, our bass player and other guitar player were brothers too.
Wow, man.
So
Bro fest.
so I think
it
it's
worked out well.
situational,
Yeah.
I'd say.
So do you were playing more? Do you play with someone else too then? Like aside?
Yeah, I've kind of always worked away at little things on the side, and I also play for a band called Old Wounds now.
Okay, cool. Okay, are those guys from the States?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joyzy.
out of New Jersey.
Yeah, we played a bunch of shows with them like over the last couple of years, and then I guess they were just like, hey, we need a guitar player. Might as well get this, because like it's hard to find people that you like want to
True.
like do
Yeah.
that like tour with and stuff.
Yeah,
Hard
yeah.
to tour with, like you can't just pick
And
anybody.
If you're really focused on putting forth some kind of material that's, they wanted to take a step beyond where they were, and they wanted to take it seriously. And Kevin, the singer, he really, we get along with, we have a lot of similar ideas and stuff, and same influences and all that. And he, early on, this was more than a year ago now, he called me and was like talking about writing, and he's like, even if you're not in the band, it'd be sick to have you write and stuff like that. And I was kind of mentioning, I'm doing a lot of, just like work right now.
And we were kind of pumping the
And-
brakes because I was going to school. So
Yeah, we had put a lot of energy into the band, and we had come to a choice to like, let's slow down. We'll take some space, and just we'll see what that looks like. And we're all visiting different personal things, and so I was kind of like, I'd still like to play. I'd still like to do something, and that sounds like a cool opportunity because they're friends, and I would never really see myself playing with another band, but I thought, why not? And then it was like, hey, we got these shows coming up with 18 Visions Knocked Loose in December, like, would you like to play? And I said, okay, sure. And then we did that Halloween show with Motionless in White, and it was kind of like a last minute thing, and they're just like, can we do this? And then I was like, well, I don't want to fuck you guys over. So then it kind of like threw me in there, and then they were kind of quick to be like, this feels comfortable, so how would you feel about? So we're just going with it, and
That's fucking awesome. Like just in that, someone said that it's, opportunity is when luck meets preparation or something. But like, all this stuff.
I know the one you're saying.
Is that? Did I fuck it
It's
up?
close. I don't
What
know
is
if
it?
it's
What is it?
You could honestly be right.
You
could be right.
I'm a halfhead. But like, it's cool that these weird skills that we develop through playing and shit, like, offers you the opportunity to fucking go and keep busy if that's what you want to do, right? Like, it's not easy to be in a touring band, and you guys have fucking been at it hard for a couple of years, like years.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of as much as we did tour, there's also a bunch of times that was like we had stuff that like would have been great to do and like fell through, or so like I feel like we've like lost out on stuff, or like so we got kind of like screwed out of something almost as many tours as we've done at this point. So it's like it's sick when you like get to do even like tours that suck. Like we did a tour for a month almost. It was basically a month with this band, and in like looking at it, like it was like bad. Like we did well, but it wasn't like we weren't making a lot of like we weren't playing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of the nights, but it was still like I look back at that and like, man, that was awesome. It was fucking sick.
It's probably in the moment though. Sometimes can not be awesome.
Yeah, like you're
a grind.
you're waiting for your show in like Santa Cruz to start, and you're just like it's hot as fuck,
Yeah.
and there's like
last night sucked,
and last
and
night
like
sucked, yeah.
personally this is affecting me and I'm far away and I can't deal with this thing, and then I hope tonight's not busted, and then we still got 2 more weeks, I hope that's not busted,
Yeah.
and it's the summertime and it's like,
So is it, I guess having a little pump the brakes has been good to like reinvigorate. Like I guess for you, like has that been the case where it's like, okay, I took a breath, now I'm ready to go back again? Like,
yeah, I think it's hard because I think very intensely one way or the other, and I think we all put a lot of focus and weight onto the band and where it was going and what we were trying to achieve, and like it was hard to kind of like take the grip off for a second mentally to be like, okay, well, this is maybe something we need to step away from for a bit, and this is not the absolute focus right now. Like, you need to put a couple other things first and let that breathe in order to, instead of stressing it out, because and it just came to a place organically where it was like, as you were saying, we had our hopes up for quite a few things, and we were working on a lot of things, and we were offered a lot of things, and then for whatever reason they didn't work out. So we were very frustrated after a string of just like putting lots of pressure on it. And so I understood it organically, just like, yeah, you know what, this makes sense. It's just like, this isn't working, so let's just give it some air. And everyone wants to do
it's
other
hard to
stuff.
change gears though when you've done the same thing since like I graduated high school, and then we're like, all right, like let's do this, let's start another band.
Let's try. And
So,
let's do, who knows? And then you keep going, and every year's like, who
Try
knows?
and do it, yeah. So I was like, well, I want to go to school, but like I haven't done this since 2007.
what are you gonna go to school for, or what are you taking?
I'm in my last year for computer programming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And then and it's just like
Starting new chapters of life, you know what I mean? Because it's like you only know music, or you know this one thing, and then it's like, well, that's good, but at some point it's good to try to develop some other things.
Dude, totally. Like, do you worry? Like, it's like a thing that a parent will say, like, have a backup plan. I wish I did.
Yeah.
Like, I did a bunch of stuff, but
I think it's one of those things you have to be mindful. So maybe you don't have a backup plan, but you kind of maybe revisit this or that, or you have thoughts of like, or an inkling of like, yeah, this is kind of interesting, or maybe you're already kind of in that field, or you're already have a hand on this or that. So you kind of have, I think that's kind of just how I think about everything, is you always have to kind of have put a pin in some things and then revisit every now and then to be like, okay, where am I at with this? Where am I at with this? So when Tim started school, and now he's kind of working in that field, which is like cool, and he's excited about it, and now that gives him a chance to go think about music and be like, well, now we've had time away from that, I'm feeling good about this. Now when we can get to some writing, it's kind of exciting for me. I was going heavy through into a new job as well, and then I started playing with these guys, the other band, and now that we've had this time away, there's a lot of things that I do with the band, like people we were working with and stuff, and the way things were coming out, it was getting churned out, and I wasn't super happy with it. So now that we're at this point where everything is like settling, and we're like slowly coming back to everything, it's almost, I would say it's better, because now it's like you get this new opportunity to try, especially when we have the way we've been writing and our sounds, there's like so much there, and we can really try to give another take on something now, instead of like, well, people expect this, you coming off doing all these metal tours and all this, or yada yada, when I think of this band I think of this and this and this band. So it gives us another opportunity to even get a better grasp on what we're trying to achieve and like put forward and translate.
oh, man, like life experiences. Like, you were out of high school doing the band, and then to pump the brakes, get fresh perspective, you can attack the art with some new life experiences.
Yeah,
and
man.
I do worry about people who go so hard at so young, because it's super admirable, but like it's super hard to make a living with money. And like, was that kind of the thought when you went to school? Like, you saw ahead? Like, could you say the same thing where it's like,
I already know you.
What it clicked with me when First of all, super, super good dudes. We did this tour with Ringworm.
Okay.
And it was so tight. It was so much fun. The shows were sick.
And it's also cool. It's like a band that you listen to, and they're like, you know.
Yeah, like I grew up like listening to Ringworm and like this is really cool. So like to do that was awesome. But you know, I just they're a lot older than us. They're like
I was gonna say they've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, they're like
they've been.
and it's like I look at them and they have like backup like the singer. Furnace, he's like a tattoo artist. So like he can go home after tour and he can tattoo people. Like he's fine. I look at that and I go, I can't do that shit. Like I can't go home and I can't do drum lessons. Like I can't that kind of stuff's not. I can't do that.
Word.
So I was thinking like, this is cool. We can do this, but like, what if I'm 30 and then we break up or something happens and we stop and then
that happens a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there with my dick in the wind. I got nothing. So I was like, well, I got to do this now because if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it.
Yeah.
And the law just like changed for like the student loans and everything became more grant oriented.
Okay.
So I was like, this is a sign. Like I just need to just do it. So.
Hell yeah.
And like 2 years out of the game, like sometimes it's an eternity when you're looking back on like trying to put out records and stuff and stay relevant. But I mean, like I feel like if we just put out a good record, it'll just speak for itself. So
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about that shit. It's just more or less I just want to like do what we've always just did what we wanted to do and it worked out. So if we just keep doing that shit, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It seems kind of like you have to. It's like Black Flag. It's like you have to go hard, get in the van. You know, that's the only way to fucking do it.
Yeah.
But you don't have that. Like, I think through you guys working with New Damage and the opportunities you had, you could kind of jump ahead in the business and see. And get, like,
and I mean,
even those dudes telling you advice, or you see it through these older guys.
Yeah.
Things that you could do to
and just
sustain.
being around bands that have been doing it, like doing that tour with Unearthed was awesome too because it was a big eye opener to kind of the same thing because like they used to tour Slipknot and shit. Like they did huge shit.
Crazy.
And now like we're 2 of 4 on a package they're headlining and we're playing these like venues that aren't small but it's like nowhere close. It's like it can change.
Totally.
It can get crazy for you, but it can also like, you know,
It's not guaranteed, right?
Yeah, nothing's guaranteed, and like.
The point of doing music too, like you were saying, like we always just did whatever we wanted. Every time we do an album, it's different or whatever, and there's the whole point of doing this band was to just fuck around and do it and play and stuff. There's no expectation, and so it's cool when you get opportunities and stuff like that, and that's great. And to have, you know, memories made and accomplish things and people enjoy your music and they care about you putting out new music, that's a very cool thing. But at the same time, it should always mainly be a thing that's enjoyable and enjoyed, and you have to have other things to keep you fueled up, and you can't just pour everything into that even if it's going great. Like you need to give yourself space from everything, even if it's the best all the time, which is never gonna happen. So it's one of those things, like you got to take care of yourself and you got to make sure you have that energy to go out again or to make another record or to want to make another record or to ever want to play a show again, or you know what I mean? Like you have to go home and take care of yourself, and that's the thing you gotta be responsible for yourself, right?
Dude, it's a fault I learned that I put everything on band life. Like I just fuck it, that's all I'm gonna do, and I'm not paying the price now, but I just wish I would have done something. Now you guys like were busy. Was there a point where it ever got, like, what would you say the closest you guys got to fucking stopping? Did you ever get to that point? I guess you guys could each personally speak on it. You didn't end, but you guys went hard, and you guys like did it. Where you're like opening for big bands, eating shit. You know, like the struggle's real.
I was getting really frustrated. It was on that Unearthed tour. We were trying to work out the details of opening like a very large tour. Probably it would have been our biggest one for sure. And it seemed like it was pretty much a done deal. Someone from the band themselves reached out. They're like, yeah, like cool, this could be cool. And you know, stuff happened, things changed, like that no one really saw coming, and it's like if the guy in the band is like wants us on, and something happens with the people like either working behind the scenes, you know, and it kind of falls apart, then it's like that's the most frustrating.
And it's too like and I mean, people say shit all the time like, oh yeah, we're gonna tour together, blah blah blah. That I don't take to heart too much because you hear it all the time. But when an age, you know, the people that don't care, they give you the offer, they give you the dates, they give you, this is your money per night, this is the dates, do you want in, yes or no? And you say yes, and the conversation is like, that's what you're gonna do. That happened 3 times to us in this span of 4 months. So that was like right after that Unearthed tour, we went through that one more time, and we were just like, you know what? And that's what kind of I was touching on before, where I was saying like, we had a bunch of stuff we were getting frustrated, especially with a lot of people pushing and the expectations were there for more. And I mean, there's a lot of factors in, like, bands put out music around the same time as you, and maybe yours gets buried in comparison. And there's a lot of other things.
It's also hard when you're from Canada.
Yeah, you're from
Canada.
You're
instantly like uphill battle no matter what.
You don't have quite as much of a backing as a band with on a label that has more of a push or has more of a capacity to back their band.
You know, I wonder if, even to touch on Canadian, like even New Damage, that was a Canadian label, right? Like they're from Toronto. I wonder if that changed people's perception as well.
I mean, it's always cool to be able to, like, people knew it was kind of like the new Distort, how everything went down. Because I think like we were one of the last bands to be on Distort, because we got on, we couldn't even put out a record under Distort because it kind of fell through.
Okay.
Like everything kind of, the bottom fell out right after we kind of did that, and we never really got money for our first album.
I see.
And then from there, New Damage was born, and we kind of grew with them. So it was It was kind of cool because it was more or less of it wasn't like they were propelling us. We were all just kind of like making this thing as we went together.
Cool.
So it was cool. It just kind of got to a point where I think like our kind of music, we need to be successful in the States. And they just didn't like they didn't have a big a pull down there, obviously, because they're a Canadian label. Like, so we but no, it was like it's cool, like I said, to kind of grow with them and kind of like make it a big deal together. But
it's like this is why this is going to be terrible, because now people are sound checking. Hold up.
I heard they're pretty wild too.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm going to ask you guys a few more questions because they're going to fucking sound check again, which is a bummer because we're on a roll here. Yeah, we were talking about the label, and it's a cool label for sure, but I think Rich left, right? He started his own thing?
Yeah, he's doing his own tandem management now, so and he's doing really well, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, you grow and you learn, and then you hit another tier, or you plateau somewhere, and then you need to move on. It's just like anything else, right? So
experience is so valuable, and like you guys have learned a lot through the time with those guys.
There's too much to learn. It's like, and then once you know, you don't, then and you move on from that, and then you learn another thing, and then it's kind of sickening, the things to learn, because it just kind of makes you kind of just like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
You learn, and then you grow and you move on, and it's cool because you need to do those things, and it's cool to be given any opportunity on any sort of scale and have people believe in what you're doing. But yeah, it just comes to a point sometimes where if you need a newer reach or a larger reach or a different look or whatever, because all those, as stupid as it sounds, those things do come into some consideration. And
it's a business. It is like, and it don't know. It's an art in itself, running a band, as it is like writing the music of the band.
Yeah, man. It's funny because it's something that you grow up and you're like, yeah, like you know when you don't know anything. Yeah. Like we're gonna get signed to a label and like the day we signed that Distort deal, I was like, this is so sick. And then
they put some fire tracks. Oh,
and then the very next day, it's like, okay, now you're starting. Like you haven't done like the couple years before this, like they don't mean anything. Like now you're gonna now you got to do it.
Yeah.
So like now it's a whole different thing. Because before then it was just like like we were grinding and stuff, but we felt like we like hit the point. But then it just like you turn the corner and it's like, okay, like
you hit the ceiling and then you figure out how to start the next tier, or you don't, and then that's all it is. You keep stacking up, and then you figure out how to get from here to here.
Yeah.
It must be stressful for bands that aren't like enormous. I always say it like this: like bands like Metallica are like satellites. There's no gravity pulling them down.
No.
Like they're just up
they'll
there.
float there forever.
And so many of our bands are like these rocket ships that just like trying to like stay afloat, and it's tricky, man. And oh wow. It'd be awesome if that was the whole set. So what's next for you guys?
We're gonna just try and write. Yeah. We're gonna try and do a new record and see what happens.
Would it be with New Damage, or you guys? Was it a couple album deal?
We're still figuring stuff out. We have an option with them right now, but I think we're gonna.
We just want to do what's gonna feel right and be a good. Whatever's gonna feel good, and who is excited and wants to do what we're doing and understands what we're doing. That's all it's really going to come down to. So whether that's them or them in another label somewhere else, or
that's like very unimportant to me right now too. I'd rather just
want to
put pen to paper.
We want to put forth another piece of something that. And as long as it comes across the way we intend it, to me that's a success, and that's all I really ever care for in a release. So
awesome, man. Well, yeah, I'm gonna close this off because I don't want to start yelling. I do the thing called the Hibzine, which is just I'll play some music from people I've been speaking to. So what's like a good track that you think would represent you guys that I could play? Now Kyle was on a couple episodes ago and we played one of your tracks. I don't remember.
That's okay.
But I know it has a video, I think.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, like that's the thing. Like we kind of just have a bunch of songs, and like every record's different, and there's a bunch of songs on it that.
Yeah, there's many different styles that come through on different tracks, and
we should play the fuck. What was that band when you guys were kids? I forgot the name already.
Action Potential.
I don't think so.
If you can find it.
Yeah, good luck, eh?
I'll
find some tripod site.
I think we've paid enough people to scrub the web.
Scrub it.
Deep web hackers taking down our pure volume from 2005 or something.
What was that one? Hardcore MP3 or something?
That was I think that was a little over our scope. Like that was out of our scope.
But yeah, I don't know. What should we play, man? Like,
well, you know what? I always tell someone if they're like, what should, like they ask me the same thing, like some random like dude I go to school with or something, like just find us on Spotify and shuffle. And if you hate it, then just turn it off.
I put them in after, so I'll edit it, but I'll find something. I'll make the edit. But I'll make the edit. So this is Undertow by Exalt off the 2016 record, The Shape You Took Before the Ache. That's it. Yeah, thanks, man. Like, this is it. This is just fucking
cool.
shooting the shit. I guess people find you on Facebook and Bandcamp or like, I don't know.
Yeah, we got a Bandcamp. Everything's pretty much Exalt Band, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.
Cool.
We're kind of quiet until we get going again, but
Okay, well, it's
you
exciting.
can see us on there if you want to in the future when we decide to come out of our dormancy.
Yeah, out of bear hibernation. All right, cool, man. That's it. Cheers.
Yeah.
Man. Cool.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys, that's the episode. So what can I say? Mad love to the sponsors. Please go buy their stuff or support them. Even like I said, just a like or a share or anything. These guys need to get the word out that they exist, just as I do with the show. So I'm trying to help them, and it'd be cool to see some results in them choosing to work with me on this show. So first is the Heartbeat Hot Sauce. Use promo code TakerWide5 for 5% off of your cart. Go to heartbeathotsauce.com. Delicious, delicious fucking hot sauce. Red habanero is my favorite, but they have a bunch you could try. DFA Tattoos out in Montreal, 328 St. Catherine Est. Go get tattooed there if you guys are out in Montreal and want to get a tattoo. Super cool of them to be on board. Really proud of those guys. DFAtattoos.com. Kevin Rigo of Hefner Toyota. If you're looking for a true... I was gonna say true blue, but just a real ass dude that you could trust in making a purchase of a new vehicle. Go to Kevin. If you're in 509, wouldn't even hurt just to go talk to him. Go, hey, want to talk to Kevin about buying a new car, and he will 100% help you out and make it an enjoyable experience. Faux show. IroncladGraphics.com. Screen printing company out in Kingston. They ship coast to coast. They are competitive in their pricing. They do everything: shirts, koozies, hats, etc. Find them on Instagram. Find them online. Give them a look and order some stuff through them. DapperBeardOil.com. Use promo code TakerWide. Free ship. Save some cash. Get some beard oil for you or your friend or anyone. Super cool company. Great beard oil company. And WellingtonBrewery.ca for the beers. DaveLevittPhotography.ca again for the love and the support. And lastly, just if you guys haven't ordered a shirt, I still have some. They are dwindling, but I still have some. No XL or 2XL left, but I still have other sizes. So if you're interested in that, go to TakerWide.com. You can find it there. Sign up for the newsletter if you guys haven't. Those come out every Friday. Tell a friend about the show. Make suggestions. If you guys can rate and review, that's important on iTunes. Just a little blurb about that. It helps. What else? The Instagram is Takerwide Podcast. YouTube page is there. If you haven't subscribed, just do that. I need to hit 100 subscribers before I can get a fucking URL that isn't 40 characters long. I think that's about it. Yeah, again, thank you guys for listening. I'll be back next week. Have a good week. Call your friends and get some sleep. That's it. Okay, peace.